Story time. Welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
Go to the show. Hey everybody, welcome.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Daniel. And this is the
Christian
and Daniel Show. What is
I'm trying.
wrong
I'm not.
with you?
I don't multitask. I tell you that. All my life, I've told you I don't multitask. I'm bad at it.
Hi everybody.
So if you want me to do something, you have to do it before we're on the air.
Hi everybody, welcome. It is Wednesday, September 16th, 2020, and this is the Christian and Daniel Show, 7:30, and welcome. We're posting our shows.
And by the way, you're not doing a good job multitasking right now anyway.
I am not doing a good job. All right, so go down to the next one. Keep going down. Oh, that's not doing it for you. Go there. Hi, everybody. We're trying to share the shows. Hold on a second. We were trying to do this on Zoom, and then Zoom wouldn't let us. There you go. Okay, share. Well, first, let's turn on your volume, and then share.
Where?
Go. Oh, okay. Sorry. We're gonna hit share, and then
Share with friends.
write a post, and then it should post it to your page. Hi. Okay. Hi, everybody. We were gonna do this on
Through Zoom.
through Zoom, but it wouldn't let us do it through Zoom, and then we were trying to do this on our regular page, and then it wouldn't let us do that either. So it's one of those days. And mind you, we sat here really early. We were here early to get this started, and it just didn't work out. Hi.
That's how it is sometimes.
That's how it is. Live TV, folks. Welcome to the show.
Well, live streaming internet.
How you doing, Ben?
I'm okay.
Cheers.
I'm okay. I just don't like starts like that.
Well, it's not, I think this is what was happening with the Kalama brothers. That their page was jumping because I think they do it through Zoom too. One of those.
I don't think they were they?
I think they do it through one of the.
Maybe they do. But I know theirs kept cutting out.
One of
and
the
like
streaming ones?
when they were finally doing, hi, Paul. Hello, Reykjavik, Iceland. Yes, he knows.
Welcome. It is Wednesday. There we go.
It's it's like it started like really cutting out, of course, for the one song I requested. I'm like, are you serious? Like all the songs I didn't necessarily want to, they're all beautiful songs, but like I just got pissed that it started cutting out for the song I wanted in particular to listen to.
But
I don't know if they were going through Zoom or not. But I know that they had that full screen thing.
Yeah, some whatever streaming service that we're using, but ours wouldn't connect. Zoom would not connect to Facebook, so we're having issues.
Or if it was going to.
Yes, today
if it was going to.
It's 16 de septiembre, 16th of September. It is Mexican Independence Day. Viva Mexico! Viva!
And so they were going to, I think if we had waited longer, it might have connected. It just needed more time than we had.
Yes.
So it was already like 7:31 when it was sitting there going, I'm not sure if I want to totally connect. It went to like 90%.
It was like, do I want to? Do I want to? But as usual, we want to start by saying hi to, thanking our music director, Kalama, our stage.
Who performed today not too long ago.
Yes, they had their own show.
If
you're not following the Kalama brothers, you should. They're about to have their own show too.
Yep.
So
and they're performing this weekend in 2 different locations in Orange County, California.
So and then we want to thank our
artistic director
Checo Doria, and our stage manager Gabe Leto, who said he would try to be on the show today. I messaged with him yesterday for a little bit, and he's been working a lot flipping this house. And
again, like I said, it takes so much strength to get under that house and flip it over. It's really
It's
hard.
not a tortilla, people. It's not a
No,
tortilla.
it's not as easy as like abuelitas, just using their bare hands on the hot stove. He has to get under that foundation, actually raise it up and flip it himself with his own arms.
I'm hoping people will sign up soon because I think we were a little delayed and people just expect us to be there. But for those of you that are already on, you know how the game is. As long as you comment, you're entered into the raffle, and we have a mug again. We have
A beautiful coffee mug.
with our QR code on one side, our logo, and a little reminder on the back that says, "Thank you for watching Facebook live stream, 7:30 p.m. Wednesdays." So, if you want to enter and to win it, all you have to do is make a comment, and you're entered into the raffle. We've been having luck. We want to thank Monica for sending us back a picture. I was hoping she would send a picture with her and the keychain, but she just sent a picture of the keychains and the stickers.
I just asked, just like
Yeah.
just like our niece. I don't know. Can you send us a picture with you and the keychain, please?
So, but we appreciate it. We appreciate it. And we want to thank
We're glad you got it.
Paul and Julieta for being our first audience of the night. Thank you, everybody who's joining. This is the Christian and Daniel Show. If you're just joining us, we were running a minute behind for technical issues. So, but thank you for joining us.
I was watching this skin show on Facebook. I finally got to watch it, and like they say that there's no way, the bags under your eyes, once you get them, there's no way to get rid of them. There's no caffeine treatment. This is like a professional, like an amazingly respected and professional cosmetic surgeon. And she goes, there's just no way to get rid of the luggage without like doing like an injection that helps flatten it all out. And what it does is, look, I didn't even notice this, but when you do it, you pick them up just a little bit there, the skin up, and look at my frown lines disappear almost. Like she said, when you get your under eye done, it will lift up and it'll almost get rid of your frown lines because it's pulling the skin. All the skin gets pulled up because it was tight when we were young. That's why we didn't have frown lines.
But I look
under your eyes, not crow's feet.
I look good. So.
So for those of us who unfortunately might have a bag under our eye, she was talking about this injection that you can get that will puff it up and get rid of it, but it also pulls up the other nice part is it kind of lessens your frown. It takes away the deep.
Would you
frown
have
line.
something done?
You know what? I've noticed my frown line, and I think I would not mind if all it was like 2 little injections that last for 6 months to 9 months, and it will lift that up and kind of
like a little filler.
Because I looked at an old picture of myself, and my frown lines. You have a natural frown line that's going to be there, but it's not as pronounced when you're young. I would think about it.
Would you guys,
if I could afford it?
Let me put this question out there. Would you guys consider having work done?
Yeah. Yeah, and but the thing she really made a big point of, she goes,
smiling.
She goes, there's no caffeine, there's no, cucumbers, she goes, there's nothing that people pretend works that actually works to get rid of the bags in your eyes, because she goes, it has nothing to do, it's not something that could be treated topically. It's something that happens under the skin. And I don't think she's lying, because she makes plenty of money. She doesn't need to drum up business. So I thought that was interesting.
I also wonder, are men more vain than women?
This show had more men on it getting work done than women. Now, this show was on Netflix, and it's called Skin Decision. And it's not my show of the week, my pick of the week, but it was very interesting because it showed men and women, but most of these people had suffered some pretty significant traumas. So they wanted things done because their lives they weren't able to move forward with their lives.
The men
and women.
Oh, okay.
All the people who
on this particular
this show, they didn't have traumas like everyone was shot 9 times by their ex-husband, or that was one of the women, and getting those scars taken care of. But there were some people who just had a car accident and then there was someone who was hit by a car and it was really severe, and they just want to get to a point where they feel good enough they can move on with their lives and not look at their mirror every day and see the trauma of their past.
True.
So a couple of them were just people who subjected themselves to trauma. I was 533 pounds. That's subjecting yourself and hurting yourself.
Right.
And that's what this one girl on there, that's what she had done. And then she lost the weight and you get all this wonderful loose skin, and things don't
But
things don't stay where they belong. And
I don't think I'm out of place saying you and I have talked about that. You've said that you would not do anything.
I will never.
To stomach. Wow.
I've seen the surgery. I know what's involved. I have friends who've done it, and it's wonderful, and they do look amazing afterwards. But I'm not a fan of volunteering to have my body cut open and stuff done. It just
isn't the recoup time
it's
for taking off skin.
It's a lengthy time because
lengthy...
people think, oh, you just wad it up, cut it off, and go on. No, there's nerves, blood vessels. Like there's so much to cutting off your skin. It's not like a simple process, and it's just kind of crazy. Like I just don't. I'm not that body conscious. Like it's not, my body is not impeding me from moving forward.
Yeah.
Now if I were traumatized by it, or if I was like so hung up on it that psychologically I couldn't stop looking at myself as ugly or unworthy, or it was I wasn't trying to do anything with my life, and that sounds ridiculous, but people dislike their body so much that it does that. It infects their entire life.
Totally.
So they don't achieve like they could. Now, like this girl, once she had lost she lost a ton of weight, but she kind of had an epiphany in the middle of it, and she found herself, and she started on this amazing path. And I'm like, if that's what it does for you, then do it. I don't need that. That's not, my body is not what holds me back. It's my psychology. So that's why I'm going to start working with a therapist on a weekly basis. By the way, that's something new. I'm going to be getting therapy again. So, which no one would disagree with that.
Paul says, "For you're the one to marry a plastic surgeon."
Oh my gosh, yes.
But even on the spiritual side, some of the people that I work with, are held back by physical stuff, which then affects their spirit, which then blocks their chakras, and it can be so frozen. I guess it freezes you.
You get stuck in that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like having a trigger that you see every single day, every minute of every day.
Yeah.
So that you are no longer, so you never have a moment to not live in that trigger, to not live in that trauma, whatever it may be.
I have noticed, and I know it sounds really vain. I don't care. But I have noticed since we've been, I know you started before I did, doing the face cream at night before you go to bed. Mm-hmm. And really washing your face before we go to bed. And I do it now, like hot water, and make sure that I get all the dirt off of the day. Mm-hmm. Although
you're really supposed to do that.
Although lately, we don't go anywhere, so usually there's nothing.
Well, it's still good for
you. But I know
it's
it's the oils of the day,
paraben and everything.
And but I started doing that about 6 months ago, washing my face at night.
Makes a difference.
And first of all, it's really fresh.
And then, you lay down on the pillow and you feel clean.
Yeah, and then putting some face cream on it and some chapstick, and
then you're all set. Then the mummy is set to go to bed.
And then I just lay at my side.
And I agree, Paul. I would never do Botox. No.
No.
We do have an acquaintance who does do Botox, but he's also in the entertainment business, and when you hit your 50s and you're fair skinned, he's a fair skinned Latino, so basically he looks white. So his skin is showing a little bit more than say my skin shows. Like my frown lines, whatever I think they call them, not frown lines, whatever those lines are called in your forehead. I really don't, even when I squint and stuff, I don't really have them.
But I think the reason we would not do Botox also is because we're both very expressive.
Oh, yes.
We are.
Hello, Mrs. Pantoja.
Oh, hi.
Mrs.
Oh, my God. I hadn't seen your name change. Oh, la, la.
Oh, my gosh. I agree, Paul. I think that's smart because my neck...
You don't sleep with a pillow?
If I sleep high up on a pillow, I have not been able to find good positions. Well, I have lately.
We went through those changes too.
Oh yeah.
There was a time when we used a bunch of pillows, and then we started getting rid of them to one pillow each.
Oh yeah.
But I do need a pillow though, and my little teddy bear.
But you sleep with one, which is good.
I actually
end up sleeping with
before Laura jumped in. we were talking about, like, we're both very facially expressive. We like,
Yeah.
I don't think that I would function. Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. Wait, I'm sad.
Hello. Hello, everyone. I had my lips done.
I am sad.
Do I look like a duck? I feel I look beautiful
If
now.
I had tear ducts, I would be crying.
I'm laughing inside. It just looks scary, like a horror film.
And
Yes,
I smell like a
that's
freight
true.
train. But beauty knows no pain.
Yeah, beauty knows no pain. Beauty is pain. You know, I think that's a Joan Crawford thing you got from Mommy Dearest. She's all, beauty is pain. You know, she's putting her face in an ice bucket or putting her face in a bowl full of ice every morning and wearing her chin thing to keep her chin up every night.
That's the only thing that
If that worked, I'd totally do it to keep you from getting an under chin.
I have a little double chin. That's the only thing that I would want. Botox can look very natural, be nice.
It can. You're right. It can. It's just not. We were just saying it's really.
Donde?
We're just saying it's really not for us. I like I said, our friend our acquaintance who did it, I can't even tell that it was done. Yet he put it on video. It was a Facebook Live session. He had it done live.
Really?
So I watched him having it done. So
Somebody I know?
Yeah,
You
Dean.
don't have to say, but
Curtis.
Oh.
Well, and then he makes that face. That's like, no, he's a nice guy. But he's in the entertainment business, and the particular neck of it he's in. What am I gonna do with you? In the particular neck he's in, you have to look young. You have to look young. So yeah, you know, and I can't even tell he had it done. Like it's I can't tell. So he doesn't look like, you know, hello everybody, I look so young. It's like sometimes I wonder when people get it done, like,
I'm so happy to be here.
it's like you know you didn't look like that when you were
I
younger,
can't
right?
control my excitement.
I'm so excited.
Yes, David, we were just talking about we've seen videos of those
Well, you
my
know,
600-pound live and all that where they take all that
oh
stuff.
yeah, all that
Yeah,
tons
it's-
and tons of skin. I mean,
and
understandable. If you were, you know, I was 533 pounds, but I'm also a really large frame, big skeleton person. So I didn't carry my weight like a lot of the people you see on the TV shows, like just rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls.
Yeah,
I didn't look like that. I didn't, and I was able to move. I was able to play sports. You know, I wasn't. I just wasn't.
You're a big guy.
My body's different than theirs.
your body can handle.
But I'm not saying I'm better or anything. I'm just saying I was different, so I haven't ended up with
That look-
all that loose skin like those people.
Saw me
suffer
on
with.
coke. Exactly. Exactly. We want to, before we do, for everybody just joining us, thank you for joining us. This is the Christian and Daniel Show. And right now, the topic we're talking about, I guess,
We're just talking about you know,
liposuctions and,
you know, we're talking about beauty, like manufactured and natural, you know, manufactured beauty.
But I mean, to think about that, we're like when we were young, like how little.
I wish I could hold up a picture. Like I saw a picture like a couple weeks ago. I saw a picture of myself from about 10 years ago, and yeah,
Thank you, David.
but and I didn't recognize myself. Like I literally asked someone who was in the picture in this time frame. I asked them. I go, "Who's that Latino guy?" And they looked at me like, have you lost your vision? Is that something going on?
I still haven't seen the picture.
And it's, no, you haven't. You haven't got to. You haven't been here.
That sounded like he doesn't want to show me the picture.
No, I do.
But we don't.
But like, I didn't recognize myself because also another reason I didn't recognize myself because I never perceived myself the way I actually looked. I have body dysmorphia, so I visioned myself much slimmer than I actually was, and much more athletic than I actually was. So that's why I didn't recognize myself, because in that time frame, I don't have a recollection of what I really looked like. And when I saw myself, now that my brain is clear and I'm not seeing myself that way, I was like, holy moly, I didn't even recognize myself. I absolutely did not recognize myself.
And I think
That was a little scary.
Remember last Saturday I posted a picture, for those of you following me on my page, I posted that picture of me when I was 20, sitting on top of that rock. And by the way, I don't know if anybody noticed,
the hair, the bad
I'm smoking
sweater,
in
the
the picture. Nobody really noticed, but I used to smoke. So
Were you smoking in that picture?
I was smoking in the picture.
Oh, you're like, you know what pisses me off is he has this skin, and he was a hardcore smoker.
I was a smoker and a drinker.
And a drugger.
I was Kid Rock.
And this is what he gets.
I was. But,
no drugs, no smoking. Well, lots of drugs, but no smoking. And
but you know what? I feel like I look older in that picture than I do now. I feel like...
That's such a good face, because I've seen people who look like that, and they think that's natural.
I do feel like I look older in that photo from
I do too. I think,
30 years ago.
I think you look older than you do now.
That picture was taken 30 years ago.
It's always hard when you realize these pictures are that old.
That picture was 30 years ago. That's with my very first partner in Dallas. We went to the zoo. That's at the zoo, at the Dallas Zoo.
And you were smoking around those poor animals.
I was smoking with the animals. I didn't care.
Look at that goose. Watch.
I don't care.
And it kills over dead.
No me importa.
No importa. Who cares? They're just animals. Animales. Who cares?
Yeah, but I look at pictures of me when I was younger, and although I was pretty tight, I was thin, and
I could say in high school I was pretty damn tight.
But then, like, do you ever go back and look at pictures? Because I have you know me, I love taking pictures. I have a bunch of pictures at home, and I look at pictures, and then
thousands of
and then and my albums, and I remember like parties and things. But because I started doing drugs when I was 20, and most of my photos are through my 20s and 30s, I remember like pictures. I look at pictures, I go, I was so high in that photo, and nobody knew what was going on.
Wow! Oh, thank you, David.
Thank you. You're our favorite guest today.
Absolutely.
But I can look at pictures and go, I was so high, or I was so drunk, and like people didn't realize.
You had coffee tonight.
I dropped the coffee earlier, and I was about to drop it again. But I guess for me, it's kind of one of those things like going, wow, what am like 30 years later, 25 years later, where I am now.
I think you look better now than you did then.
Totally.
That picture, you were pale.
Yeah.
Like you did not have a tan. Like you were pale, and you look. Your tone looks sickly.
Well, I worked a lot. In that photo. I had 3 jobs at that time.
And Daniel's not one of the fair-skinned Mexicans, you know. So it's very interesting that he looked like that. Like I remember that picture. I thought the only thing I thought was like, wow, he's really pale, and I really dislike him with long hair.
Yeah, because if you haven't seen it, you can go to my profile page, check it out, and I've got a mullet. And you know why? Because the girl that cut my hair cut my bangs really short, and it pissed me off, and I had her stop. I said, stop. And the guy next to her fixed it. And the only thing he could do was leave a mullet. So I was like, just leave it.
Oh my God.
Just leave it.
Excuse me.
And that is the worst, in my 50 years of life, that is the worst haircut I'd ever had.
49 3/4.
Well, I'm 50. I want to claim 50. I feel like
can't claim 50
I want to claim 50.
December 26th. 2020 will be when you can claim 50.
But no, I was not a WeHo boy. I was a Cedar Springs boy because I grew up.
He grew up in Dallas.
In Dallas, so my 20s were all in Dallas. So I was a Cedar Springs boy. So this is for those of you in familiar with Dallas, Texas. Cedar Springs is a whole street. It's kind of like
Castro.
Like the Castro in San Francisco.
It was the gay,
all the bars,
predominantly gay,
all the shops, all the restaurants.
Yeah.
So we would go to Cedar Springs to hang out, and that's where.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like what we used to do at the Castro in San Francisco.
Kind of like Pacific Street in Houston. If you're familiar with Houston, that's where most of the bars are and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, but no, I'm not a fan of West Hollywood.
I never got to spend a lot of time there because I moved here as already, outside kind of the young, the 20-something. I'd already spent my 20-somethings in San Francisco. So when I moved here, I was in my early 30s, and I was just like, I was thinking of moving to WeHo, but then my sponsors, my grand sponsor was like, girl, no. You are not ready for West Hollywood. He goes, you need at least 10 years of recovery before you're going to be able to walk the streets of West Hollywood. And I'm all, I'll be walking those streets for you. Know it, girl.
And I think because I don't,
And I didn't. I needed. He was right. If I had moved to WeHo, I would have not been in a good way.
and I think I don't do West Hollywood.
Those girls
because-
are mean.
Yeah, I didn't do West Hollywood because I live in Laguna Beach, and it was when
Too
I moved
far.
here. I was not, but I did like when I wanted to feel like gay. Like I was just like, oh my god, hey Gabe, I made it. Hi Gabe.
Hey, Gabe.
Whenever I needed to feel like I was in the gay neighborhood, I would go to like the Starbucks out there, and I would go to the coffee shops and to the restaurants. I like that burger restaurant that was across the street.
That's gone now.
Yeah, across the
So
street
pissed.
from what's the name of the bar?
When you were drunk or just on the other side of drunk.
What was the name of the bar?
Hamburger.
No, but the bar.
Oh. The Abbey.
The Abbey. There's a restaurant across from there.
They're not anymore.
Cheap, nasty burgers.
It's gone.
They were delicious.
They tore it down. The owner, the owner, it was a gay-owned business, locally owned, and apparently, I don't know, something happened to the owner, or the owner passed, and no one wanted, whoever it was given to, they didn't want to.
Yes, Gabe, you're just in time to talk gay.
Welcome to my neighborhood.
The original topic today was
They had
about
the best,
facelets.
the greasiest,
Yeah.
best, greasy, horrible burgers, but that's exactly what you want when you've been out drinking all night.
But even
and you haven't eaten much.
Even me not drinking, I would go have coffee, and then I would go into the Abbey and have like a soda or something, and then I would go have a burger.
And it's because the Abbey food was too expensive. Otherwise, I
Yeah,
just order
nah.
something at the Abbey. But it's like freaking
Never
hors
eat-
d'oeuvres are
never
as
eat
much
at a
as an
bar.
entree. When I go across the street and get a burger for like $10 and have
good
burger and
burgers.
fries,
Good
and they were really good.
burgers.
Like I just remember how, well, of course, being a food addict, a recovering food addict, I know exactly how good they were, and I remember that very specifically.
And one of the reasons I never did West Hollywood was I never felt like whenever I went out there, like I fit in to the gay.
Well, are you
ambiance.
white and young white?
No,
young white guy. No.
A good greasy spoon is the best. Yes, no, totally.
Oh yeah, particularly when you've been.
And
yeah.
Fat Burgers, Astro Burgers.
I know those two places, but this place had a different name. It was, I can't remember it. I should look it up.
Yeah. Yeah, local places are the best. There's a place in Laguna Beach. I forget what the name of it is too, but the burger place on PCH. It was
Johnny
one of the,
Rockets?
No. The burger joint. But it was one of the few places that we would stop at when I was going through chemo. Mm-hmm. Remember? They had the big burritos too, really good. So, but yeah, my favorite places are always like local, except for Whataburger. I love Whataburger. So. I don't remember the name of the place.
I don't either, and because it's gone,
It's gone.
You
It's
can't
not
really look
gonna
it
show
up because it looks. Monty's Good Burger came up, but I know that's not what it was called.
But yeah,
It was built out of redwood, like wood painted red, not even redwood, and
You just said outside?
it looked like a dump, and it only had a couple seats. It wasn't even like,
Yeah.
but oh my god,
good burgers.
When you after a night out,
Can we order a burger after
it
this?
was great. Yeah, everybody would go there because it was right across the street, easy to get to, and you could still come back and catch your cabs, your Ubers, or whatever you want to catch to get home. It was awesome. And it was convenient. It's a shame. I remember seeing that it would close down and that they were going to tear it down. I don't know what went in there. I haven't been to West Hollywood in a long time.
Hello, Wayne. Welcome.
Hello, Mr. Wayne.
So what's y'all's favorite in your area? Do you have a favorite place in your area? Tell us where it is, and so we can just...
Yeah, Gabe, it was a local place. It was privately owned by someone who lived, by a gay man who lived in West Hollywood.
Oh, Chico's Tacos. Oh, my God, I would go for Chico Tacos right now. Oh, my God. Like you got to go, David. You got to go, when you can, go get some, take a picture so I can show Christian what it's like. Because, yeah, it's, oh, my God, it sounds so good. What was that? You want Chico's Tacos? But for everybody joining us, thank you for joining us. This is the Christian and Daniel Show. We are here every Wednesday, 7:30. Put it on your calendar. And if you want to be on the invite, just go to the Christian and Daniel Show. Like the page, and you'll get an invite every week, a reminder to let you know that we're on. Today's topics, we've been talking about facelifts and body changes and
Body
burgers.
alterations.
Johnny Rockets.
No.
There's Johnny Rockets has a huge. Well, they moved out of Laguna. There's not there anymore. But Johnny Rockets had a burger called the Houston Burger that had jalapenos and pepper jack and cheese.
I remember that.
Oh, like grilled onions.
Not my cup of tea. It was trying too hard. I'm not into all these things that are trying too hard to be like the places they're named after, like a Hawaiian pizza. It's not Hawaiian, and there ain't no Hawaiians ordering it. Let me tell you.
It's so delicious. I also want to thank the people that made it to my workshop today. We had the manifestation workshop, and we're going to have another one about letting go of stuff for the full moon, and I'll let you know when that comes out. But I'll set it up. But thank you for the people that joined me in the workshop today for manifesting. It was pretty interesting. I learned a lot. from those workshops.
Good.
Manifesting. So speaking of manifesting, somebody has a job tomorrow.
No, I didn't. Manifesting might be a big word. It's a particular thing, but it's not a big deal. But I'm going to be teaching my little journaling course again, starting tomorrow with some kids on Zoom. It's going to be fun to do. I enjoyed it the last time. I'm hoping these kids. I went from having all girls in my last class, which I loved because I love working with girls. That in a healthy, positive Zoom way, because I don't know why I connect with women better than I connect with men, and or boys. And tomorrow it's all boys. It's like it could be 2 to 3 boys. So the classes are really small. It's online, and it'll be interesting to see if my dynamics work with male students, particularly a 7th grade. 2 of them are 7th graders, so that's older than the girls I worked with by about 1 or 2 years. So it'll be interesting to see how it works. I've never wanted to teach junior high or that age group because I just don't like them. So it'll be interesting.
I think that age is so cool, especially that age.
If you taught them in a classroom and had to work with them, you would have a different opinion.
But before we continue on that, Ted's Place in Laguna Niguel, Wayne says, I have not been there, but...
Ooh, that sounds good.
That does sound good. Avocado cheeseburger. That sounds really yummy.
Well, that sounds good.
We've been slow snacking all day since I got here.
That sounds delicious.
I'm super excited over a burger.
I'm so excited. But I can't wait.
I was going to say, because, I heard you when you were teaching the girls. and
It's so much fun.
But
they were the best group of students I've had in a lot, ever.
But I'm thinking, boys by nature were not... I don't know about you guys. I'm not a big journaler.
Yeah, it's not a male thing to journal.
I don't know about that at that age that I was writing stuff out.
And junior high that's when all that testosterone's running, and you're trying to be a macho guy. You're trying to be a guy.
So but then again, we live in such a different time that the kind of
well, yeah, the world we went to school with is nothing like the world.
I don't know about you guys, but when I was in 7th grade. I could not show any feminine, but I went to junior high in Mexico too. So the idea of showing anything feminine was like, no. I got away with it only because...
for you, it was more like Little House on the Prairie types. I just have to throw that in every time he says that.
But the only reason I got away with being a little more effeminate on some stuff was because they knew that I'd grown up in Dallas, and they thought I was just eccentric. They were like, he's just from the States, so he has different ways of thinking. So that's how I got away with all that stuff. But still, if I had, there was no such thing as a journal. It was a diary.
That was a very girl thing.
Yeah, so...
Like, the word diary immediately makes me think of girls. Like, dear diary.
Yeah.
Christian was in class today, and he gave me his pencil. His pencil smelled like aqua velva.
Christian kills me today.
Beautiful.
But we had just ate tuna.
And smiled, and I was like so happy. And then I burped. It was so embarrassing. I'll die if anyone says anything tomorrow. That type of stuff. Like, that's what I was taught from a very young age. Like, diaries are for girls, and the only people who keep diaries are girls. Guys, we have nothing to write about. We're just guys,
Because it's more fluid nowadays.
Yeah, fluid's the right word for it.
To actually have boys that are wanting, But then again, there's writing
it
too.
might end up becoming more of a
Right.
basics for creative writing.
Writing,
course.
yeah.
Which is really what I kind of did with the girl. We were journaling is a way of launching into. And Booger Christian, who are you trying to fool?
Wow! You actually went against him
Not
this time.
boogers, but maybe earwax. I've never been big on boogers because I never have a lot of boogers. But
Gabe knocked you.
that's good, Gabe. I was son of the barber in a small fishing town, a rather unforgiving environment. Yes, no kidding. Particularly a fishing town. Oh my God! Talk about a masculine environment, a male-dominated environment.
Well, you were pretty butchy when you were young, right? You were.
I was never. I was never effeminate. I played every sport. I played all the sports. I played instruments. I was never feminine. I didn't have that option, and my dad sure in hell wouldn't have let that be an option. I never tried on mom's clothes. I never put on mom's shoes. That happened when I was much older. Like as an adult, I went in my mom's room. Ooh, I want to try on a pair of your heels.
I did.
And I did, and I learned like how hard they are to walk.
I was young. I was probably like.
But now I can walk in
I was probably like 8 or 9, the first time I tried on high heels.
Wow. But I almost say it. That's why I'm so much more. I'm not butch now at all. Like I don't try to be butch. I really just try to be. I'm just myself. Whatever that turns out to be, each day to day changes. Like today, I could be like Queen. I could be RuPaul in RuPaul's Drag Race, and walk around the house like a fruit cup all day. And I'm using that to describe myself, not anyone else. So I'm using it to describe myself.
Yeah.
But I am more in touch with my feminine side. I'm much more feminine in my expression now. And I think that's because I never expressed it when I was younger. I never had the chance. So it's like I'm going through that phase for the remainder of my years.
I have a masculine body.
But I'm not a guy. I never have been. I don't like fishing. I don't like gutting anything. I don't like skinning anything. I don't like hunting.
I like hunting.
I've hunted.
I like hunting.
But I didn't enjoy it because to me it's like fishing. You're just waiting.
But I've told you that the first time that I went hunting, my very first partner, his stepdad was a former Marine, and he's the one that showed me how to hunt. And he's the one that he would take me fishing. I didn't like fishing, but he would take me fishing. But he was. We had this love-hate relationship where he would call me his daughter-in-law, and I would call him an asshole, and that was our relationship for like 4 years.
Gabe.
Fruit cup and Fruit Loop.
And Paul, you're absolutely right. I think it is. I after I reach a certain age, I'm like, I'm comfortable with my body. I'm comfortable with how I express myself. And yes, if I could, I would love to take a class on how to walk in heels properly and really how to, what do they call it? What does RuPaul call it? Something your walk? Sissy that walk?
Sissy that
I'd love
walk.
to be able to sissy my walk. So, yeah, I mean, I think people look amazing when they know how to walk properly. And I would love to learn that. But no, I love that. I love that. And yes, Gabe, that is hilarious. That would be great. We're going to have to get a new banner. It's called Fruit Loop.
Welcome to the Fruit Club.
Fruit Cup and Fruit Loop.
Welcome to the Fruit
I'm
Club.
Fruit Cup.
I'm Fruit Loop.
And we're like,
By the way, reminder for everybody watching, if you have not made a comment tonight, make sure you make a comment. We have a coffee mug to
yes,
give away today.
Daniel was, from what I understand, from some of the stories I heard, Daniel was an apex predator in the book.
Oh, I was totally.
He was an apex predator.
I had no.
Whatever he set his sights on.
I have no shame. I have no shame now
well.
at 49 to say that when I was younger, I was a man hungry, and in fact, true story.
I don't know, man hungry.
I was
quite
man
the
hungry.
phrase I would use.
I was man hungry. I experienced high heels when I was.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that would have been awesome.
That would be so awesome to be. I never even thought about that. To be an Air France. Air France hostess.
Liz,
First class international.
Liz, you don't know how to walk in high heels either? Because I can do it.
I can
do
walk
it.
in high
I
heels.
can do
No.
it.
I know how to walk in high heels,
'Cause-
but I still think I walk like a man in high heels.
The time I'm gonna have to like get the video and post of me doing drag, doing I look like Selena doing Shania
but
Twain,
like she woke up in the gutter.
like doing Shania Twain.
Her hair's a little
Workers.
Hi, Haley.
No, but I know this is like I'm totally like bombing on myself, but when I lived in McAllen, there was a bar, 10th Avenue bar, and it was one of the like 3 gay bars in the whole little town, and
Do they even have 3 now?
I don't know how many they have now. I know that they have 1, but back then, 10th Avenue was the big dance bar, and everybody would go there. And if you were straight and you had gay friends, you definitely went there. And guys, people knew me because if you were new in town, I would find you. I was like, you're not from around here. Where are you from? I was the welcome wagon,
Oh.
and I welcomed them a lot.
Ah, mesdames et messieurs, attachés, I don't know how to pronounce it. Ceintures, s'il vous plaît.
What is it?
Oh, s'il vous
I
plaît.
used to do chores around the house in my heels.
Madam, ladies and gentlemen, would you please take, I think that says, would you please take your seats?
Oh my God.
I would hang out with girls as like, oh yeah. Yep. My dad did the same thing. You know what? I never put that together until Juan said that. I think my dad did the same thing because he forced me to change clutches, oil, wheels,
I learned all
tires,
that.
transmissions,
Learned all that.
like head gaskets. I mean, I know how to work on cars. And I don't even like working on cars. But I know how. I love cars. I just don't like working on them. I'm not a grease monkey by nature. But I think that's why my dad did it too. Because I would do the same thing.
My dad tried.
I would be a little, if I did any type of switchy anything, ooh, all of a sudden we did man things.
But you know-
mow the lawn. Let's cut down that tree in the backyard.
Wayne just commented that he would do chores in high heels, and that's how he practiced. When I was about 8 or 9,
I would love that.
my dad would go run errands on Saturday morning, and my sister and my mom would go pay bills. And this is in the 70s. And as they would leave, I would put on the heels to do the house cleaning for them because that was my chores. In order to get an allowance, I had to do chores, and I would do them in high heels.
Oh, Liz. My mom hit that age too, where she's just like, nope, heels aren't going to work anymore. Where she's like, nope, they're not going to work anymore. I'm done.
Excuse me. I'm gonna have to pull out the video, and I'm gonna bring it for next
And my
week.
mom used to do 3.5 to 4 inch heels like all the time.
Wow.
You know, because
But
they
your-
looked amazing on her.
But
She
your mom
looked
was
amazing in heels.
your mom was a sassy dresser.
Yeah, she was. She was fashion forward. She was never like, oh, I'm going to wear flats and just take it easy today. No, when she left the house, she looked good.
When we cleaned out his parents' house,
Oh, the clothing
when
we
they
found.
when they moved into the retirement home, when we went and cleaned out, she had the most. I wish that was the one time. Like that was one of the times
Yeah.
where I was like, why am I not a girl? Like because
Yeah, she had the most beautiful, like high fashion, but from like the 60s, and like in perfectly preserved in bags. That I mean, perfectly preserved.
Our friend Maddie-
she took exquisite care of her stuff.
our friend Maddie, we picked out 3 coats for her that we were going to donate. So we picked 3 coats. Remember the 3 beautiful coats?
Oh yes, that's right, Paul. That's her
So,
seatbelts.
so we picked 3 beautiful coats for our friend Maddie that we got to give to her, and she just had the perfect body for it. So perfect.
Oh yeah, you know, and I wish we could have given Maddie more. We just didn't think of her right away.
Our workmate asked me once what kind of car was I driving, and I answered it's green.
That's like a Daniel answer. What kind of car do you drive? It's dark.
People ask me,
That's right. You know, Liz, I have no doubt of that too. My mom, same thing. I'm sorry, if you wear heels, your legs look good.
and your ass.
And you
jerks
need to
out.
wear short shorts.
Ooh,
Like
that
if you're,
ass.
particularly if you're a male dressing and wearing heels, you need to be in short shorts because men, They make men's legs look really good.
That's why cowboys wear boots, because it perks up your ass.
Oh, look at that. My name is Legs. I love that.
Legs.
I love that. That's such a great nickname.
Hola, piernas.
Mi nombre es...
Mi nombre es Piernas. Escándalo.
Escándalo.
There has to be an escándalo in every episode.
Oh my gosh. And Paul, that sounds like a dream costume. I have got to think about that at some point. Doing some type of I would love to do a flight attendant. That would be so much fun.
And speaking of that, that's the bummer this year. There's not going to be
There's nothing for flight attendants.
there's not going to be a Halloween to dress up.
No, Halloween's
we kind of
canceled.
dressed up last year.
I'm the Burgermeister.
Remember?
There'll be no Halloween this year.
You did sriracha. No, you did sriracha. And
I did sriracha, and you were...
I did the noodles.
You were the noodle.
Ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles.
In which direction am I supposed to head? Cowboys wear boots because of horse poop.
Yes, I think a lot of people don't realize that cowboy boots actually they have a purpose. There's a reason that they were worn, and they weren't always a fashion statement or just something fun to wear.
We talked about this last week, didn't we? The week before? About boots? We talked about boots.
We didn't talk about boots being worn so you don't end up knee deep in horse poop.
Celeste Concord. No, you have pictures of you in drag? Is that what you're saying to us?
Oh my Lord.
We'd love to see those.
You've got to send those to us. That would be so amazing. Celeste Concord, the Air France.
Tight pants.
Yeah.
I went through a couple of years, right, where I was wearing my snug tight pants.
Yeah.
Remember I had the red ones and the gray ones that were really snug tight pants? I stopped wearing them though, I think after cancer.
You did. You kind of, after cancer, understandably, you're like, I'm over tight things.
Yeah.
I want everything loose.
Yeah. Because I lost my butt. I don't have a butt.
You didn't lose your butt. It just got a few more holes. It became a holy butt.
It's a holy butt. I used to tell people I have the holy ass in Southern California.
The holiest ass in Southern California.
That was my thing. But for everybody watching, thank you for joining us. This is the Christian and Daniel Show. We still have a couple more minutes to go. I want to remind you, if you have not made a comment and you're watching, please do so. We have our Christian and Daniel Show.
Our giveaway today is a Christian and Daniel mug.
So it's got our QR, so you can go to our page, our logo.
Gabe, that's exactly what they were, nut huggers.
And
I don't know how I've watched even some old reels of men, like what men wore in the 70s, the early 70s, and how they pants that look like they were painted on them. How do you get into those? Yeah. How do you get into them, and how is your... I don't get how you adjust everything to where it's comfortable. It looked very uncomfortable. Maybe that's why they were so quick to take them off. Maybe.
Just saying.
That was the point. Don't get comfortable.
Well, I wore really baggy pants for a long time, too. I was into all the baggy pants.
I can't stand baggy pants.
But he didn't like baggy pants.
No,
I actually
not on you.
I stopped wearing them.
Particularly when you were so skinny. Ooh, they just look bad. They look bad.
I did.
And they're not in anymore. Baggy's not the thing anymore.
No.
Now, actually, we're starting to get into the high-waisted stuff now.
Yes, but we're going to raffle it off. Did you have to split the beans?
Did you have to split the beans?
I'm not even... Why do I acknowledge
you? I love that.
Why do I acknowledge you? I don't know. I miss you when you're not here, and I can't stand you when you show up. There, I said it.
I said it.
I stand by it.
Love to. You know what? It's true. Once I had my set of friends, going out to West Hollywood, we would go out to West Hollywood every so occasion. And ooh. And we would really have a good time, because once you have your set of friends, you're not on the prowl, and no one's assuming you're on the prowl, and everyone just kind of relaxes around you when you're with your group of friends, and you just have a good time. And that's when I've gone to West Hollywood, once I had established some friends. And I didn't go to West Hollywood to make friends, thank God. I was able to make friends outside of that. But that's when I went out to West Hollywood and had good times that I remember. Yeah. Not because I was drinking so much I can't remember, just meaning that I remember at all. Because I didn't go there that much.
I think honestly that's when you're more attractive too. When you're just so relaxed.
And you don't care.
You don't
And
care.
you're not looking. And you're
don't
not
care.
prowling. And you don't care if you end up with anyone at the end of the night or not.
My stuff would have to be in an upright position. This show is just going downhill.
I love it. I love it.
Y'all are just
I love it.
cut her down.
But yeah, that was one of those things that that those were some of my best times. And I'm still, I'm still friends with the same group of people. Not all of them are with us anymore. But the remainder of us are, we all still do communicate occasionally, but most of us our lives have grown. We are not, almost none of us are single anymore. So we don't have
almost not single. What?
almost.
I'm almost not single.
Almost. I said almost. I said almost none of us.
I'm almost
It
in a
wasn't proper
relationship.
English. Damn no. It wasn't proper English, but
Protestant.
Protestant.
I love boots and cover boots. Yeah, but okay, going back to boots, because Julieta brought back the boots. There is I guess being from Texas, there's a level of confidence that comes with wearing boots. It just makes me feel.
Yeah,
secure.
when Daniel's wearing boots on plane flights when we're going to Texas, yeah, he's like a little macho man. He just thinks he's God's gift. Like,
Well,
he's like, flight attendant, I need some peanuts. And we're on Southwest. She's all like, we'll serve you when we are ready, sir.
Where's my hot nuts?
Apparently, you must have them already. Hi, Lori.
Aw, thank you. Well,
Thank
we're
you.
glad you're here and joining us. For everybody, did you want to talk about your pick of the week, or are you good without it this week?
No, I can talk about it.
All right, cool.
Mine's quick. Mine is it's a series on Netflix called Away, and it stars Hilary Swank, who is breathtaking actress, and obviously she has quite a resume. And she plays captain of the first astronauts to go to Mars, to go to Mars. And but it's not just about the trip to Mars. It's about right before the trip, because it's a 3-year commitment. So she's going to be gone for 3 years from the planet Earth. And so it's it's about the lead up to the takeoff, then something happens at home, and she has to figure out if she wants to still lead the mission. And it's a multinational mission, so you have all these other nations, and there's astronauts from other nations. It sounds very similar to 2010, A Space Odyssey, but it's not. And there, of course, there's stuff that happens on the way to Mars, but it's really heartwarming. And I caught myself crying a number of times, crying and then like suspenseful, and it was amazing. It was so not just the sci-fi thing. It has the drama, and the characters are well developed.
Nice.
So it was really, really cool. I enjoyed it.
Well, I'll make mine really quick too. I just started watching it. It's a movie and I didn't finish it. Cuties on Netflix. I basically wanted to watch the beginning of it because of all the hype that happened, but it was mostly the hype with the poster, not really with the show. And Cuties is it's a French movie about this little girl who's Muslim, and she wants to be a dancer. And there's this little group of girls at school that they name themselves Cuties, and she wants to be a dancer with them. And it's just about this little girl who's 11 years old and her wanting to integrate into this other culture and not being able to. It's not as the hysteria that came with the whole poster thing. It's not even about that. But I recommend. I'm going to finish watching it this week, so I recommend that you guys watch it too. And before we forget, I want to remind you guys that on Fridays we have the Card Devo show at 6 p.m. on the Card Devo page, so go check it out. On Saturdays, we are back with Put It Together Conversations, which is my podcast. We're in our eighth season, and this time we're going. This time we're going live, so you can catch it live on Saturdays at 5 o'clock on the Put It Together podcast page, or on either one of our pages. And we have a guest star every week. This week, I'm so excited because this week's guest is Alan Palmer, who is the original alien black Power Ranger. And I got to meet him in person.
Why do
about
you
a year
keep
ago.
saying Is that was
Yeah,
that part-
that was the
there's
title.
A
Yeah,
series
yeah,
called
because
Alien?
it wasn't the original Power Rangers. When we went to the second series, it was an alien Power Ranger,
Okay.
and that was his title. And
I never watched any of it.
and so if you're familiar with the Power Rangers, Alan Palmer will be my guest on the show, and so he'll be there. And then we have more guests coming up live. And I want to thank my talent manager, Jose Reyes, who is getting me some of these talents
He's
for the
becoming
show.
your talent ranger
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that
So
show.
we're going live, but then you can still go to the podcast and find it, and you can go on YouTube and watch it too if you want to watch it there. And then remember, next week here will be every Wednesday at 7:30. We are live here, so let us know.
Oh, thank you, Juan.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Gabe, I agree. The only cuties I like are those two, too. And that's why it's a Daniel pick.
Yeah.
And Wayne, I watched the series on regular TV with commercials and everything. I know Ancient Aliens. It's a lot of fun. It's really interesting stuff. The freaky scientist who has like the big poof of hair, he's hilarious to me.
But we do want to thank you guys because your conversation it makes the show.
And it makes it so much fun.
Yeah, and
it's fun to have the interaction.
And
Interactive.
I'm sure you've noticed that they talk amongst each other, which is really
I do.
excellent.
That's kinda
And
cool.
so thank you because I know that some of you are making friends and you're connecting with other people, and we totally appreciate you guys throwing shows at us and letting us know what you're watching so that we can go and watch it too. How we picked the winner for tonight, because people have been asking me, how do you pick the winner? So what I sit down and edit the show afterwards, and I write down all the names that commented. I give them a number, and then Christian doesn't watch. He's sitting the other side of the room, and I just have him pick a winner, a number, and that's how we pick the winner. So however many people comment, you each get a number, and that's how we win. So as long as you comment, you're already entered, so you can win. And we have, if you want to see the winners, they can go to the page and see the winners. Yeah. So.
Christian and Daniel.
Yeah,
show.
go to Christian. And we would love a review if you think the show is good. Christian was saying we're being seen by my talent manager, and my agent is watching sometimes too. So if you guys can comment on the show if you like it or not like it.
That was a weird thing.
I don't know where that was from. We'd appreciate it. This can help us make the show bigger, and we'd appreciate it. This is episode 28, by the way. So we're very excited. Yes, Gabe, it's all about you. The hair? I haven't seen the hair.
It's a reference to one of the scientists on Ancient.
Oh, got you.
It is. It's like for the hair. One of the scientists has hair that you're just like it takes effort
Gotcha.
to maintain and keep it like it
Gotcha.
is.
So we'll be watching those. So if you have some more shows that you want us to check out, let us know.
Yeah, let us know because I've gotten some good leads.
Yeah. Michael Moran, who's not in the audience today, has given us a lot of good things to look at.
And there's some shows that I had like started watching. I'm like, no, this isn't gonna work. And someone in the comments said you have to try it, Christian. And I went back and retried it, and it turned out great. Dark was one of them.
So I've realized that Netflix has a lot of shows like that you have to watch a couple of episodes before you really get into it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, that's our hope. Maybe. I mean, you never know. We the Kalama brothers were doing live streams, and now they're getting their own show. So we might have our own.
You never
show.
know.
You never know. Know us now. That's all I gotta say. Know us now.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Wayne. It's way too much effort, in my opinion. I'm not willing to put that much in.
There were a couple of things that I didn't talk about, but we'll leave them. Tomorrow is a new moon. So if you are not, if you're into manifesting and if you're calling into what you want, tomorrow is new moon. Make sure you make your petitions. And there is a video on the Cardivo page talking about manifestations. So make sure you go check that out if you want.
Oh, that was weird.
What?
Someone just touched my back.
Uh-oh.
Like right in the middle of my back. They went like this.
Cobra Kai.
They went like this.
Ooh.
Right down the middle of right down my spine. Oh, that was weird.
Christian just finished watching the whole season of Cobra Kai.
I watched all 2 seasons.
2 seasons, yeah.
I'm hoping they come out the third because they really ended with a great cliffhanger. Really ended with a great cliffhanger. She sells seashells by the seashore.
Yeah, I watch I'm watching like 5 different shows right now, so I watch an episode.
Daniel
of each.
isn't. Daniel doesn't quite binge like I
I
do.
don't. I get. Speaking of Michael Moran, we were just talking about you.
And Daniel is partway through Cuties. And
Cuties. Yes, that was my
that
pick
was
of the
his
week.
pick.
That was my pick of the week, Michael.
I Huh?
Cobra Kai. I guess he tripped. There's a reference there.
I don't get it. I'm not recalling it.
You stumped him, Gabe. So whatever that was about, you stumped him. But
I mean, there's so many places I could put that reference. But.
Season 3 in 2021. Yeah, there should be a season 3. Hopefully, there's a lot of shows that are coming back, so we're looking forward to that.
Okay.
Oh! Why are you grabbing my man's butt?
It wasn't grabbing my butt. It was my back, my spine.
Why are you trying to grab his butt? little frosted flake. Anyway, guys, we want to thank you so much for watching us. This has been the Christian and Daniel Show. Remember, we're here every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Set your alarm, set your timer,
And please join us again. We
Yes.
really love having you guys, and we love being able to be interactive with you in the chat room. That's one of our. It just makes the show so much fun for us.
So we will see you guys next week. Have a great evening, and thank you for watching. Bye.
Time to eat.